Okay, this is going to be a video for Algebra 2 on completing the square and solving for quadratics. Okay, so what we want to do here, we learned this in the previous unit. All right, we want to complete the square and write the equation in vertex form. So the first step that I want to do is I want to move this to the other side. So that's going to be 56. Okay, now here comes the completing the square part. What I want to do is I want to take that number that's attached to x and I want to divide it by 2. And I get -5 for that. Now, there's two things I want to do with that. I want to put that inside the parentheses with x squared. That goes on this line, so that'd be x minus 5 squared. The second thing I want to do is I want to square that, and then I want to put this on both sides. Okay, and the key thing is you want to put it in this line, not the squared, this parentheses squared, but this line. So plus 25, plus 25. So that gives me 81. Now, to get it back into vertex form, all I got to do is move it there. So my vertex form is x minus 5 squared minus 81 equals 0. Now, the vertex, very simply, when you do that, this is opposite. So that would be positive 5. This is the same. So this is negative 81. Okay? Now, the concept of the transformations is basically how do I plot the vertex? All right? And the way I would plot the vertex is I would go right 5, down 81. Okay? The solutions, okay? What I want to do is I want to go into my calculator and I want to graph this, okay? X minus 5 squared minus 81. Okay. Now let's do some calculator practice. First thing is after you've drawn it, hit F3 twice. Don't do that in this area right here. Only hit the F3 twice in this one. Okay. Now that doesn't help out too much, so I want to zoom auto. Okay. Now I'm seeing my quadratic, so then I want to zoom out. Execute. Make sure you hit execute for the zoom out. Okay, now that I see my quadratic, I can find the solutions. And I do that with G solve root. One solution is x equals -4. Okay, I hit over, the other one is x equals 14. And those are my solutions. Okay, all right. So I want to move this number. So it's -28. I want to take 16 and divide it by 2. Gives me 8. I'm going to do two things with that. X plus 8 with the parentheses squared. And then I want to square 8, which would give me 64 on both sides. Remember, a squared number is always going to be positive. So if I add those up, okay, I get 36. And then I want to move this back. So my vertex form is x plus 8 squared minus 36 equals 0. My vertex is -8, -36. How would I get there? I would go left 8, down 36. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and find the solutions. So I'm going to go back, and maybe I'm zoomed out good right here, and maybe I don't need to play around with the calculator at all anymore. Yep, I'm in good shape. G solve root, x equals -14. Okay. Hit over, x equals -2. Okay. All right. We're gonna do 3 or 4 more. Okay. I want to move this. That's -216. I got x squared plus 30x. I take 30 and divide it by 2. I get 15. So I'm gonna do two things with that. X plus 15 squared. I'm also going to square 15. Okay. I'm going to put that in my calculator. 15 squared is 225. So that's what I put on both sides here and here. And if I combine this there, that's going to give me 9. And then I just move that back. So x plus 15 squared minus 9 equals 0. My vertex is -9. I'm sorry, -15, -9. How would I get there? Left 15, down 9. Okay, and then I just graph it. X plus 15 squared minus 9, draw, G solve root. I got 1 is negative 18. Okay, and I click over, x equals negative 12. So zoom auto, zoom out. That's the key part. Okay? All right. All right, let's go through a few more, just so we feel good about this. Move this 81 over here. That's going to be negative 81. So x squared plus 22x. I'm going to take 22 and divide it by 2. I get 11. So that's going to be x plus 11 squared. I'm going to square 11, which would give me 121. And that's what I put on both sides. If I combine those, I would get 40. And then I would move that back. So x plus 11 squared minus 40 equals 0. My vertex there would be negative 11, negative 40. I would plot that by going left 11, down 40. Okay. So I got x plus 11 squared minus 40. G solve root. X equals negative 17.324. Just write 3 decimal places. Okay, hit over. X equals negative 4.675. Okay, all right, let's go through a couple more. Okay, I would move this 25 over. It's negative 25. I got x minus 14 squared. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. So I would have x minus 7 squared. Then I want to take negative 7 and square it. Remember, this result's always positive. So that's a positive 49, a positive 49, which would give me positive 24. And then I would move that back. X minus 7 squared minus 24 equals 0. Vertex is 7, negative 24. Transformations, I would go right 7, down 24. Okay, all right. Let me, I'm gonna put this in the calculator and I'm gonna reset it just so we can, I don't know, see it one more time, the reset deal. So let's say I hit F3 twice, exit draw, and I get that, okay? So you gotta make sure that when you're doing that only in the actual graph, not in the y equals. Then I'm gonna zoom auto, and then I'm gonna zoom out, execute. Zoom out, execute. And now I can see my graph. G solve root, x equals 2.101. Hit over. X equals 11.898. Okay. Oh, that's it actually. All right. Okay. So that's going to be the end of the video. Okay, if you just practice at completing the square, the key thing is make sure this number is always positive and you put it on this line. Don't put it on the plus down here. That's going to confuse you. Put that here and then just move that back. Okay, and then use your calculator and you will be fine.